We are here for week 6 update for the garden, and I am in zone 6B, Eastern Kentucky, Appalachia, and it has been a really great week, actually. So I'll take you through the whole garden as usual and show you what we've done. It's a beautiful windy day today, and so we're going to get outside here soon and do a bunch of work, and I'll tell you what we are hoping to achieve today in the garden and just sort of what we've been working on throughout the week and what still needs to be done. So as usual, we'll start at the front of the main garden, and here we go. So starting at the front of the garden, we still have all of our potatoes, and they are still doing good. I do still have to fill the rest of this box with soil, and the leaves are being eaten by flea beetles. But from what I understand, it doesn't really matter, and honestly, these potatoes are keeping the flea beetles away from all of my other crops, so I'm not mad about it. Cucumbers are doing great. I actually have harvested 4 or 5 cucumbers so far, and so we've eaten one of them. They taste delicious, and hopefully we will get more and we will be pickling them. And we'll be getting rid of these black supports and twine, and my husband will be building a cage around this bed because the current supports for these are just not working out. Beans in this bed are still doing pretty good. I just broke that one on accident. Things are getting a little tangled up in here, which is another reason we need supports. Lettuce is doing kind of sad. It's just, I think, getting hot for them. And I might pull them up and plant maybe more beans. Nasturtiums, mostly doing good. This one was a transplant, so not doing as good, but that's okay. Over here, the rest of our cucumbers doing well. This lettuce isn't doing as bad, but again, I just think I am wasting space with this lettuce because we just don't eat as much butter crunch lettuce as we do things like beans or tomatoes or cucumbers. So we have some more cucumbers growing, and over here too, ignore the mess in the back. So yes, these plants just need to be lifted. You can kind of tell they're sagging a bit, but you know, we'll get to it. Our zucchini and bean beds are doing really nice. I have actually started to stake them, and this one I pruned too much. You're only supposed to prune below where they're going to fruit, and I just pruned the heck out of that one just to see what happens. But these I did a little bit better. I do have to kind of fine-tune things, but they were all laying down on the soil and had grubs under them, and I just felt like they were a little too susceptible to pests at this point. So we'll see. I've never staked cucumbers. Beans in this bed doing fine. We're gonna go ahead and talk about these tomatoes in the bags. They're doing really well. Again, with these tomatoes, these supports are just sad. I did not plan very well for these, but we're gonna roll with it and see what happens. Same with these tomatoes over here, doing great, but kind of not supported as well as they could be. Over here, same with this lettuce. This lettuce I have not really thinned yet. I am not enjoying the thinning process. This lettuce I have thinned. It's the hottest point of the day or close to it, so they're kind of droopy. But again, I'm contemplating pulling all the lettuce up and replacing it depending on what my local nurseries have. My peas are doing mostly good. We have some stuff going on the leaves here, so I don't know if that's pest or some kind of, fungus. I've been just sort of pruning them off when I can. I did have aphids on here, so we've been checking for aphids, and this I actually read was maybe worm larvae when it has these little trails in the leaves, so I'll have to look that up. But we are starting to get pea blossoms. So pretty. So our watermelon over here is starting to kind of take off. This watermelon is still not really doing as much, but I'm going to feed all of these with a compost tea today. So back here, bunch of empty space right here. I'll fill it in with something eventually, hopefully soon. Another bean that somehow broke. Beans, 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 looking good. This pumpkin is looking really nice and just like new growth. It's looking really good. This tomato plant is looking really good. This is a red currant, and we actually have some little blossoms going on up here. This one is a sweetie, not taking off quite as quickly, so I will be feeding it again today. And then as usual, this pumpkin plant is just not doing as good, so I'll be feeding that today too. This bed is just going great. I have left this kale because our aphids, actually says aphids, I always say aphids, they love the kale. So at this point, I'm sort of just, ooh, that's a little beetle. I'm sort of just allowing these to be my trap plants because they seem to attract all the pests that I don't want on anything else. So I sort of just come out here and kill things off of the kale first. This one, my marker here, let's see. I don't know. The marker is wiped off. Well, that's not efficient, is it? I don't remember what this one is. I'll have to look in my records, but going great. Once again, we have some little tomato blossoms going on, so that's good. And this tomato plant is just really, really going great. Delicata squash, going good. I probably need to come out here, prune it, stake it a little better. Over here, our peppers are just looking really good these days. I'm very excited. And this cherry Roma, again, we're getting some little blossoms, so we should be getting tomatoes very soon. And everything it's just looking really good. I'm just so pleased. These marigolds are taking off. I mean, they're really bushing out and beautiful, and it's so exciting to see these beautiful pops of color in the garden. These Danvers carrots are growing quite well. I'm going to let them get a little bit larger before I thin them. That's how I did it in Florida. And so I'll probably wait until a lot of them get about this size, and then I'll thin them, because when they're small, I feel like they're too hard to thin, and I don't want to pull ones that I'd rather keep. We have another one of these little, let's see if I can get a video of it. These, I looked up, are apparently baby katydids, those little bugs. And I think they must be good because I've been seeing a lot of them, and I see a lot less aphids, but I see every now and then like 3, 4, 5 of these kind of scattered throughout the garden. So I'm leaving them alone because whenever I see them, they just seem to be chilling and just hunting. So that's really cool. So if you ever see these guys, I guess leave them alone. Tomatoes back here looking really good. Again, flea beetles. We've got some like blossoms or something. I always just come out and pinch these off when I'm out here. Still need to add the soil, and I'm also totally kicking myself for putting it back here because I was laying in bed awake last night, couldn't sleep, and thought to myself, how in the heck am I going to harvest these tomatoes? So, you know, we'll roll with it. It's fine, but I do need to add a whole bunch of soil. So we'll come on back here to the end of our beautiful garden. Mullein plants going fine. This is a San Marzano. These are all looking good. Again, these supports, I just don't know. This is pretty loose, so I don't know if it's going to be enough, and I'm just going to have to make up for my mistakes throughout the season. For example, this needs an extra support because it keeps on leaning, but as you can see, this is actually a Mr. Stripey, and we've got some more blossoms going on, so great. My loofahs are just not doing much. It's very sad. Maybe it's not hot enough. In Florida, they just took off, and so I'm not sure really what the issue is here. And then these are all of our cherry Romas, and they're looking really good too. This one I actually topped because the leaves had all of this brown speckled stuff on it, and so the rest of it doesn't. I don't know if this is going to come back, and you know, I'm just going to leave it and use it as an experiment and maybe a trap plant and just see how it goes. I did find a caterpillar rolled up in one of these leaves the other day, and I caught it and got it. I come out here all the time sort of obsessively and look under the leaves and make sure things aren't out here eating. This one's doing great. But again, we've got little blossoms coming in, so hopefully soon we will have tomatoes to harvest. And So carrots down here, again, waiting for them to be a little larger. Marigolds are doing good, and where the carrots didn't come up, I am just probably like over here. There's a lot of empty space. I have a lot of empty space in the garden this year, so I'm going to plant some more. And then my basil is still super sad, so I actually came out here and topped the basil. So I am still growing seeds for more basil, and I do still plan to go to a local nursery and probably pick up some more herbs. And we have a pollinator here. Hello, hello pollinator. We love to see it, don't we? So yeah, that's it. We will take you to the front of the house gardens. A few other things we did this past week. We got our supports up. It's still not totally done, but all of this netting is not just drooping down anymore. It had actually broken a branch on my cherry Roma, so it had to be dealt with. So we got our supports up for the most part. My husband is going to build a cucumber cage for me today, and then we will kind of shift all of this bird netting again. I still have to raise the bird netting back there where my loofahs are supposed to be growing up, but I'll either replant my loofahs. There's an airplane overway. I'll either replant my loofahs, or since the gardening season here isn't quite as long, I'll just put something else there and try again next season. So I grew loofahs in Florida and I loved it. It was so much fun, and I was hoping to do it here, but if it doesn't happen this year, I'll try again next year. So everything is going really well. I'm going to finish staking the gardens. I'm going to fertilize everything. So all of my tomatoes, my watermelons, my pumpkins, and my cucumbers will all get fertilized today. Zucchinis will get staked. Cucumbers will get more support today. And then I will again do another little look over on all of the plants underneath the leaves and make sure I don't have anything sort of hiding and, you know, waiting to ruin my garden season. So we'll go to the front of the house gardens now and then close it down. All right, nothing new here really. Basil still slowly growing, topped that basil. And then all of these peppers are doing really well. We've got little bitty peppers starting to form here, if you can see that. And I have not seen any more pest problems here, so that's really good. Again, over here, nothing's coming up. So I did find some kind of caterpillar over here, gave it to my chickens. Oregano is still doing fine. And that's just sort of it. I need to, you know, fill in the empty space in my beds, and I'll be on my way. So yeah, that's it. That's the update for today. Toshi is still here. We have had 2 fat raccoons discover the cat food, which is unfortunate because the cat food is often right next to the garden. So I'm hoping they don't discover our garden. So we'll just have to really be on high alert for that and make sure that our cameras are on at night and everything. Of course, we don't see the raccoons in the daytime. That would be a bad sign. So getting the rest of the dirt in the potatoes this week, getting the cucumbers more supported this week, potentially figuring out a way to support all of my tomato plants a little better, and then finishing staking all of my zucchini plants, continuing to keep an eye out for aphids. I have been taking the healthy tomato leaves that I prune and soaking them in water, and then I dilute that, and I've been spraying pretty much everything in the garden, and I think that it is really helping at least keep away the aphids. And then on the plants that I have found aphids, like found the actual bug or found any kind of eggs, I have sprayed a 1 to 4 solution of cast iron soap and water, so just diluted cast iron soap. And I can add in the description which cast iron soap I'm using. I just get a jug of it off of Amazon. But yes, everything is going good. Very excited. I'm very hopeful that we are going to have a beautiful harvest, a bountiful harvest, and I'm going to get to, you know, preserve a lot of that for our family to eat throughout the winter. And pretty soon I'll be starting seeds for the winter season. So that will be yet another journey that I am on. So if you're gardening in Zone 6B or in Appalachia, I hope that you continue to follow along. If you're gardening somewhere else, I hope you still follow along, because a lot of it is just the same across everything. In Florida, I had a very fortunate experience gardening, and I never dealt with pests, and I never dealt with any kind of animals getting into my garden. So it's a very different experience here, but we're making it work, and I think we're doing a really good job. So I'm excited. I hope you are too, and I will see you next week.